Since the whole COVID thing came in, it was just looking at ways to protect yourself and studying common law and everything. And then, Baron David Ward's affidavit, and then looking at It's All an Illusion by John Harris. But until, basically I had to go to court, and my friend Barry said, have a look into this. And so I did, and it turns out that it's the best thing that I've ever looked at, to be honest, in terms of protecting yourself and looking after yourself and negotiating the quagmire and the current situation that we're in today. And so I did it, and it happened the day before I went to the court. And so I took it into the court with me, I did, and I explained them everything about it being on one skin and, the four corners and everything. Basically, they tried to get me to go into the box, which I wouldn't, and then they told me to take my hat off. I told them to take their clothes off. Basically, they threw me out of the court. So, and they're still after me. I've submitted an affidavit and a commercial lien as well, but I haven't, and that's been notarized and it's on the court record. But I want to add my, would it be a good idea to add the limited document as well to the court record?
First of all, you've got to take into note that they're two completely different entities.
Yeah.
You're dealing with here. So you can't join the two together. If they're dealing with the legal fiction, which is the implied legal fiction, then it's nothing to do with your limited company. So don't even get your limited company involved with it.
Okay.
The thing about it, what you need to do as a limited company owner now, the thing about it, what I try and say to people is, I'm happy to talk to people about the problem in a certain sense, but at the same time still, it's like, we've got to do things before there's a problem. We can't just start doing things because we're right bang smack in the middle of something and we've just got a parking ticket and we're panicking or whatever, blah, 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 etc. Deal with it beforehand. So what I'm saying to people to do is, once you've got the limited company, write to whoever. So say, for example, okay, you've got a case going on. What's the case about? Let's look at that first.
Oh, well, at the start of the pandemic, I was in Tesco, and the Prime Minister for Wales had deemed things as essential and non-essential. And I had veered into the non-essential part of the supermarket, because I needed to get a speaker or whatever it was. And then I was accosted by 6 supermarket workers, and I basically just stood up for my rights, and they called the cops, and so I was arrested 3 times in one day, swabbed as well, because basically I, since day one, been speaking out, I should say, and they don't like what I'm saying, and I'd put a target on my back, really. So yeah, they just wanted to nail me. So they arrested me 3 times in one day for that. I've got fines of over 10 grand, and
sorry, let me just pause you there for a sec. Okay, so are you actually going to court?
Well, at the time, I was practicing the practical lawful dissent and sent them.
Okay, don't worry about that all at the moment. I'm sorry, I don't want to get too deep into it, down a rabbit hole and stuff, and get too much in the details. Let's just look at the problem. The problem is that they've written to you, and they want you to go to court.
I sent it back.
Okay, but my first question to you is, when they wrote to you, how did they write to you?
Mr. All capitals.
Okay, stop there. So you're saying they wrote to you in all capitals, yeah?
Yeah.
Right. So I say to everybody, before we even get on further in this, What language are you reading it as?
Perceived as English, but like
don't go too deep. Don't go too deep. This is a 15-year-old question. I can ask a 15-year-old this question. They give me a straightforward answer. What language are you reading it as?
English.
Thank you. That's all I need you to say. Yeah, just go. Let's be straightforward and direct with this. None of this legal shit, because we don't need to go there at the moment.
Yeah.
Let's establish where we're standing first.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the thing about it, I'm not talking to you in a way that I'm directing it at you. I'm saying to you behind the counter, what language are you reading? And you've just said to me English. True?
Yeah.
Cool. Now, I'm saying to you, if that's English, it can only be an acronym within the whole entire English language. So please, can you explain what each letter stands for? And that's it. Now, please, can you answer that for me?
Impossible.
Right. That's game over.
Mm-hmm.
Everything we talk about from now on is irrelevant until you can answer that question. So answer the question, because everything else we speak about after this one question is irrelevant.
Yeah.
So answer the question. What is the acronym for the name?
It's well, I can't think of anything that would my brain doesn't work that quickly to
So have you asked the authorities that question?
I haven't, no.
That's the first thing you should do.
Okay.
Before you do anything else, ask them that question. And that's what I'm saying. If you write a letter to anybody before you're in a position of any situation, these are the questions you should be asking them. Do they have a contract with your private limited company?
Yeah.
Do they have a contract with the legal entity as an implied company? Yeah. Are they writing the name and what language are they writing the name in?
Yeah. Well, after speaking to you, I took your advice and I did simply what you said.
Sure.
And it was really hard not to try and pepper it and put more in. But I sent off my the green slip, the VOS or the VO5 or whatever it's called, and just asked them basically if they had a contract with Limited. I also included the certificate of incorporation, and that was about 2.5 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and I know they've received it.
So that's why you've got to establish yourself now as not being the name, but owning the name.
Yeah.
That's the problem that a lot of us are going to get into. You're going to still attach your name to yourself. You have to detach yourself from your name.
Yeah, I understand that.
You see?
Like when you said, they basically turn you into applied company corporation. That is because they want to interface with you as a corporation, yeah? Like when you said...
this is what it looks like they're doing.
Yeah.
Because everything you're doing is via contracts. Do you see? So if contract law states that contracts can only be made between two of the same kind, I'm just following that truth. That's it.
Yeah.
So if the other companies, not the government, remember we've got the government and then we've got corporations. So we can challenge the corporations. If they seeing that we're reading words in capital letters, that just basically says that we're illiterate.
Yeah.
And I'm not. So I'm asking them the question, well, if you're writing this name as a capital letter word, what language are you using? Because there's only two languages they can choose from. One's English, one's sign language. There you go.
Yeah.
And you stop the question, you stop the argument there. But there's no reason for you to ask any questions because they're not looking for you. They're looking for the implied company name. If you agree to keep being that name, then cool. Any letters you get in that name and it doesn't say limited at the end of it, just return it back into the sender. Don't even open it, because when you open it, you're troubling your mind with the fear of it.
Well, basically, I did that with a court, return to sender, wrong addressee, because they had two massive envelopes that were really fat, and I sent them back, and basically I got an email off them saying something about vacating the trial. It was, you know, when they originally threw me out of corp because I wouldn't take my hat off, and I showed them the certificate of incorporation. So basically they said, because you've got a lot of these people that are at the low levels, they haven't got a clue what's going on, no? Because I'd said wrong addressee, but they said they thought I was saying it's the wrong address, and that it was, you know.
So how did you get into the court?
Sorry?
How did you get into the court? To show the judge?
Well, I only got my certificate of incorporation the day before I was going into court, so I couldn't answer them on paper, so I had to physically turn up because they put warrants out for me all the time.
I know, but no. See, this is what I'm saying to you. You're still attaching your name to you. You keep saying they're sending warrants out for me. No, they're not sending warrants out for you. They're sending warrants out for the implied company name. And every time you attach yourself to that name, they're going to come after you and take the jacket and throw the jacket in prison.
Yeah.
And you're inside the jacket. But because you keep saying, oh, they're coming after me. No, they're not coming after you. Who are they coming after?
The implied company.
There you go.
Yeah.
Do you see? So that's the thing about it. If anybody comes to you, you're saying, well, hold up a minute. Who are you actually looking for? If you're looking for limited,
yeah.
Because remember, they're looking for a legal fiction and they're looking for a legal entity. What is a legal entity? What is the legal name?
It's at the...
No. Look at what is the definition of what a legal name is. In Black's Law Dictionary, if you was to look at legal name, what does it say that a legal name is?
I don't know the very definition.
Okay, the very definition is a Christian name and a surname put together.
Yeah.
So if you're agreeing to be, which is your Christian name and your surname put together, that you're agreeing to being a legal entity. Never agree to using your surname.
Yeah.
If someone writes to you and says, I'm writing to cool, because they're using your Christian name only.
Yeah.
They're not looking at you as a legal entity then.
Yeah.
Your name is this is how the companies get to you to do a contract with you. It's like if you look at the screen, you've got there and it's written in uppercase, lowercase.
Yeah.
Now they write to you like that. They write to you in the first place with a legal name, which there is no contract with it. It's just an invitation. So now when you take that invitation offer and you go with that agreement, then the next time they send you the letter in all capitals, which is contracted name now.
Yeah.
But they can't contract with you as a man. They have to turn your name into a company name.
Yeah.
So this is where we're asking the question. So the thing about it, you have to stop everything you're doing in a certain respect to then pull away from the name itself.
Yeah, I know. It is a job to switch into the mind frame where you just say, I am limited. And
no, you're not limited.
Yeah.
You own a company called Limited.
Yeah.
You know, you have to be very precise in your speaking. This is the thing about, and this is all of us, even myself. I've taken 30 years to develop this, man, for myself. And I'm still trying to speak correctly.
Yeah.
If we don't look at everything word for word, what we say, they're going to pick up on every word. You can say one word. As you know, the word understand can mean very different things. So we have to be precise in what we're saying. If you wanted to, your limited company can go and hire a solicitor.
Yeah.
And then go after them in the legal system, because what you're doing, you're operating in the legal system. You don't want to operate in the legal system.
Lawful.
This is it. So why are you even having correspondence with them? Because all they're doing, they're living in the legal. They're trying to drag you into the legal all the time, and they won't give up on that.
Yeah.
They will not give up on that.
No, I know. They're like, I'd never been arrested. Well, I'd been arrested a couple of times before this, but it's been like an absolute witch hunt, and they're just, it's just terrible.
Have they come and done anything to you physically?
Well, just snatched me, you know, and just put warrants out and just turn up and sniffing around and just. If you'd see how many letters I've
right,
received.
so what you should do, this isn't legal advice or anything,
Yeah.
and I don't give legal advice. This is my truthful opinion on what I would do. If you're getting snatched up by the police, the first thing I would do, I would write to Cressida Dick, because she's the head of the police.
Yeah.
And if you say to her, Cressida Dick, do you have any contracts with your private limited company and a legal entity?
Yeah.
And what gives your officers arbitrary power to use against someone not in your jurisdiction?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And listen and wait for her answer.
Yeah.
Because you have to make notes of everything what goes on.
Yeah.
Remember, this is your limited company now. You're running a company. It's not every day. Every time you get up and you go out your door, you're doing company work. We've been doing that for years and years and years. It's just that we haven't registered it, that we are doing company business as a man or a woman.
Yeah.
So let's start operating as a company. I am the director of my company.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to talk to my company, yes, there is that company name, but there is no one called that. That's just a legal name what's been made up.
Yeah.
Who you're looking for is probably Matty, but there's lots of Matties around. Mm-hmm. So who are you looking for?
Yeah.
You see, in that certain respect.
So, say you were entering a new situation now, like, I don't know, say you went and moved into a house and then you started receiving bills. You know, you'd receive them in. How would you go about it? You wouldn't inform them that you're Matthew Ginsberg Limited, would you? You'd just move in and then you'd start receiving bills, wouldn't you? And then you would inform them later on that you're not that entity.
Well, the thing about it, you're not going to go into anything in the beginning with that kind of mindset. The thing about it, what you're going to be doing, you're going to be going and doing it, and you're going to be getting a company property. Because remember, the company has to provide a property for the director. That's under business.
Yeah.
The property has to provide somewhere for. If you worked at Harrods, yeah. And you was the manager of Harrods, and you started being the CEO, the top boy of Harrods, basically. They would give you a yard in South Kensington and pay for that for you. But Harrods is paying that for you. You're not paying for it. So what's the difference with your company doing that out of your natural resource?
Yeah.
So why are you going to anybody to ask them for anything? You've got all your stuff. You've just got to go and claim your stuff. You just haven't gone and claimed your stuff yet.
I can't wait to do that, because, you know, I always understood, like in my own head, even before I stumbled into everything that I know now, I always thought, you know, how come there are these guys out there that can take a massive ship with drills on it, drill down into the ocean to get oil, and like turn it into whatever and sell it back to us?
Because then, it's corporate.
Yeah, and then when you hear like,
if you listen to the stories, what everybody talks about the Vatican claims this Earth is being floated in the seal space and blah blah blah, etc. All that back talk. What we all know that anyway. Yeah. When you look at it like that, if the Earth's been claimed,
yeah,
and then the souls on the Earth have been claimed within that. If you haven't claimed that soul for yourself, which you have done now by buying a limited company. Yeah, now you get your baptism certificate in that certain respect, and then we'll get into that talk later. But once you claim and you take ownership of that entity, of that body, of that vessel, then no one can tell that vessel what to do, because you have the legal paperwork that gives you full, absolute title. We're all being used as the Matrix would say, batteries.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're black, white, yellow.
There you go.
Yeah, it doesn't. We are all born into into bondage, basically. Yeah.
Totally. We wasn't all born into it. We was given into it.
Yeah.
But we haven't claimed that given what we was given. Do you see?
Yeah.
Have you claimed your given name?
well, in what sense do you mean that?
You've done it already.
Yeah.
You've claimed your given name because remember, when you was born, your name was given to you. Now, your name wasn't given to you. It was given on a piece of paper to the system. You still haven't received it yet. They gave you a certified copy of an entry of it. But they said, yeah, you can call that your birth certificate, but it's not a birth certificate, it's a certified copy of an entry.
Yeah.
So what was it entered into? That's the questions we've got to be asking, but nobody's asking.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
It's so sophisticated, but I think it's like the fundamental thing that everybody should know, basically. Because, with the current situation that's going on, if you'd found out what they've done to you from birth, then you wouldn't believe anything that, these guys are trying to get away with now. And it's just a sophisticated illusion with the illusion of choice and the illusion of democracy. But if people get to know this number one fraud that they've been at for years, and that they kept you from the resources that you've got the right to in this earth,
The thing about it, we've got to ignore what was given to us or what's here for us at the moment. First thing we've got to tackle is what is the illusion they're deceiving us with the language.
Yeah.
That's the first thing we've got to tackle. Because if you want to consent to be in a capital letter name, that's up to you.
Yeah.
But I'm not consenting to be in that capital letter name. I'm consenting to owning that capital letter name, and that capital letter name is a company. So this is the question where I have to start. Now, if you're getting letters from anybody, I've got to start writing them, because I'm saying, well, hold up a minute. You are writing to a limited company here.
Yeah.
So make sure you got your paperwork correct before you start sending anything.
Yeah.
If they're gonna, because they seem to be sending a letter, but they're making a mistake by not putting the status of the company down.
So if I just returned a letter, wrong addressee, return to sender.
That's it.
In some instances, would it be better for me to actually, include the fact that I am a limited company and that they've got it wrong?
You don't need to, because the thing about it, the amount of times you send back a letter, they're gonna take note of that, and they're gonna think, oh, look a minute, why does this letter keep coming back? Then they're gonna do a search on it, and as soon as you do a search on your name, the first result will come up with your limited company be. So once they see that, and they've done a search for themselves, once they see that, they're then going to say, oh, okay, this is a proper limited company. Why are we sending these letters to an implied? Do you see what I'm saying? So now, whoever the company is sending you the letter, you look up on Companies House who that company is, and find out who the director is of that company, and you send the director a letter, because it's you as a director negotiating with their director. Stuff everybody else under them. You go for the head boy. You see, you go for the director. If you're the director of your company, you ain't going to speak to the secretary. The director isn't going to speak to the secretary of your company. The director isn't going to negotiate any deals with the secretary of your company. Director is going to negotiate a deal with the other director. So go and do your director work.
Brilliant.
And I don't mean that disrespectfully. This is what we've got to start seeing for ourselves. This is how I'm dealing with things now. If people want to come and talk to me, fine. Come and talk to me. But let's see and let's understand what capacity we're both standing in the beginning.
One question I've got, and it's been fired at me from everyone, basically. They want to know if it would affect their benefits, basically, if they turn themselves into a limited company.
The thing about it, what you're doing, I can't answer that really. I can give you my view on it, but I can't say it because I've been out of the system for like 25 years. So I don't have nothing in there for 25 years. So, if you want to go and claim it, remember, you still can use the legal entity. You see, as in their field, in their game, in their system. But again, it always comes back down to that. Well, I say to people, look, just carry on doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
As soon as we get to the point we need to get, or where you're comfortable with, or where you're happy with, and you're happy with where you are, then fine.
Yeah.
But until you get there, carry on doing what you're doing.
Yeah, yeah.
But the thing about it, while you're doing that, question everything. It's like, that's why I put up that little video about when I went down to the motorcycle shop.
Yeah, yeah, I heard that.
And I even said to the director, so what is this? And the director of the company even said it was a bicycle.
Yeah.
He's just shocked. He's just shocked. He's just shocked by agreeing that he's given an MOT to a bicycle.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So why isn't Boris Johnson paying his MOT for his bicycle?
Yeah.
This is the problem that we're dealing with. You see, if you don't question them on the things, what's going on. So now the question is, who are you writing? I went to the motorcycle place one day.
Yeah.
And I said to the guy, all right, I want to put my bike, just before I started getting too tired, I said, I want to put a bicycle in. The guy said to me, yeah, what's the name? I gave him my name. I said, can you write that in uppercase and lowercase? He says, sorry, the computer says no.
Yeah, I heard it. He said, he physically couldn't do it for you, he wouldn't write it out himself. No, check this. The thing about it, the computer doesn't even write in lowercase letters. They fixed the computers so the computers only write capital letters. Oh, no way.
This is the thing.
Oh,
this is what we've got to go in there, and we've got to question these people and tell them to put their documents. Remember, I'm going to read you something. Right?
Yeah.
This is what I got from the Royal Courts of Justice about my deed poll, right?
Yeah.
My deed poll came back to me because the solicitor never signatured it, and the declarant never signed it as well. So they sent it back to me for sign. This is what it says on the document, right? Yeah. This is the first piece. It says here, as a legal document cannot be accepted with errors on the form. That's all I need to read. I'm going to read that again slowly. As a legal document cannot be accepted with errors on the form. So if there's an error, if you see an error on your form, then that's it can't be accepted legally because you've spotted an error. So if your name's an acronym and that's an error, all your forms are errored.
Yeah.
And the Royal Courts of Justice has told me that in a letter. And the reason they told me that is because I left my postcode off the form. I left the signature wasn't there of the solicitor, and the signature wasn't there of the declarant. And they sent it back to me, and they classed that as an error. Now, you tell me this: when I went down to the bike shop, and they left the vehicle category off. That's one of the most important things on that document. What are you giving What are you giving the MOT to? And they left the word bicycle off it. So there's an error on that MOT document.
Yeah.
So that means that's not recognized. So if I'm riding down the road and police pulls me over and says, yeah, I ain't got MOT, I'll say to them, I know, because the form you've given me is an illegal document, because it's not recognized, because there's an error on it, because you've left the word bicycle off it.
Yeah.
There you go. Why can you not answer me them questions?
It's impossible that they have anyway, isn't it?
The thing about it, that's not your problem. That's their problem. If they can't answer your questions, then how can any procedure continue?
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. So they're creating their own estoppel.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit what they do.
Yeah.
If I'm asking you a question, answer me, bro, or this conversation's over. That's it. You see what I'm saying?
It's not even a complicated question either.
There you go. That's the thing. That is the thing. Now the thing about it, you could be like that all day long with the authority person over the desk all day, hammering it out.
Yeah.
5 o'clock comes, you can turn around and say, you fancy a coffee, and you'll be having a coffee in the pub.
Yeah.
There you go. They have to do it because it's their job.
Yeah.
That's the only problem we've got.
Yeah, that's a massive problem, isn't it? I'll leave it there with you because I'm sure there's loads of other people eager to talk as well.
Sure, but we can talk.
Good to speak to you, by the way. Thanks for setting it up. So I've just got some questions, and I don't think I've listened to all 60 of the videos, so I'll get that process. I've got no issues with that. I haven't done it yet, and what I've been looking on Companies House, and my limited business now is available for me to get, so I'm going to get that. But after listening to all the videos, and I picked up on a few points, which I don't know if everyone's picked up on these, but I've got this good habit of sort of reading between the lines and picking up on little nuances and sort of putting things together. And I'm wondering whether it's better to do the name change before registering the business, because then if you go on Companies House now and look at your business, your last name as a director will still be in capital letters. But if you've got a name change done, you can then argue with them, well, actually, that needs to be lowercase.
No, that's cool, because at the end of the day, remember, you're the director of the company first and foremost, so the company's dormant. So it doesn't matter how your name is at the moment, because you're still sorting out the directors, you're still sorting out the people within the company. Now, by the time you get your depot name change, and that goes in uppercase and lowercase, you can put your name in uppercase and lowercase on your document anyway.
Right, okay, that's cool.
The thing about it, remember, let's don't get this mixed up, because a lot of people see, I'm not saying you do get it mixed up, but a lot of people will get this mixed up. When you bought the company in the first place, remember, you're the owner of the company. Yeah. It's a completely different thing to the director. The director is a legal entity within the company.
Right, I'm with you.
The owner is the beneficiary of the company.
Okay, I'm with you.
You see, you can be the beneficiary of your company, which is the owner, and I can be the director of your company. There's a different name. So don't let's miss that point. You see what I'm saying?
So there's still separation there then, isn't
there?
There you go.
And the thing about it, when you open the company in the first place, you fill out two boxes. You fill out the first box that states that what is the company, and the company put the name down as a company, and they convert that and they convert it into a capital letter name. And the second box underneath, the first box states also as well that where is that company located, and it says the company is located in the United Kingdom. Now, when you go into the second box and it says about the owner, the owner stays in uppercase and lowercase, but the location of the country is England.
Absolutely.
So they differentiated the two already. On the first
different jurisdictions, isn't it?
Do you see, two different jurisdictions? You've got the man standing in England what owns a boat or a ship or a vessel or a piece of paper, which is absolute title deed that floats in United Kingdom legal system.
So my next question then would be, once that's done and you've got the legal name change, I don't know if you've had yours back or who has had back or not yet. So I'm assuming that there's been no issues in getting the uppercase put into lowercase. I'm assuming that's not an issue. No. Okay, so once that's done, what's that,
by the depot, yeah?
Yeah, by the depot, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So once that's done, in some of the videos, there was another gentleman talking. I think he was sort of admin in the call at the time. And there was a woman talking about Elizabeth Knowlton and the ULC trust thing and the issues they with them. And the other guy was saying, you don't need to worry about her now because we know how to access the accounts that she's talking about. So is that, I mean, obviously that isn't on YouTube, and I understand why that information won't be on YouTube, but is that information available?
I'm not too sure. what the conversation was about. I mean, the thing about it, when it comes to the UCC and all that business, I steer away from it because that's all legal stuff. And
not the UCC. It was the Universal Life Trust, and one of the women was getting everyone to abandon their birth certificates and taking their NI numbers. And she was saying that she could access the Treasury accounts. And then another guy on the call, who it wasn't himself, he was saying, don't worry, we know how to do that. We've got that tied up now, we know how to do that. So I was just wondering if you knew anything about that.
No, I'm not sure on that, sorry.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, that's all I want to ask, really.
That's cool. How are you anyway? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
Can I ask a question?
Certainly.
Sorry, thank you for your time. I'm going to be fairly quick because I have to go. I've listened to all your talks. Brilliant, thank you so much. I've set up 2 limited companies, one in my married name and one in my maiden name, because I didn't realise that I needed to have my birth name as a company. But listening to your talks, I realised I did, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So I've done that. In order to get the deed poll to change your name,
mm-hmm.
I understand that you need your birth certificate and your baptism certificate. Is that correct?
No.
Okay.
The thing about it, with a deed poll name change, which I'm trying to explain to people as well, is that how with the certified copy of an entry, which everybody classes as a birth certificate. The thing about it, that's the name of the child what was given.
Yeah.
You don't have to keep that name as an adult.
Yep.
So you give yourself whatever name. So if you give yourself a name as an adult, if you want to keep that name, what was given to you as a child, that's up to you. Because remember, the deed poll is the last legal recognized document you'll
Yes. Yes, got you.
So as long as that legal document, that deed poll legal document is the name that you want, fine.
So I could go straight into the deed poll
mm-hmm.
without anything else.
Mm-hmm.
But my concern is, how will that affect me wanting to represent myself as a living woman?
Because you're putting the name into English grammar, into proper English descriptive text.
Yeah, uppercase, lowercase.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Everything, and the thing about it, if they want to try and argue with you about with the capital, well, you say I can't, because that name's a company name. So here's the company title deed. You can't put my name in capital letters. That's a corporation.
Okay, brilliant. So if I change my name by deed poll and just go straight in and do it that way,
mm-hmm.
Does it matter if I take my married name or not?
That's up to you, darling. That's up to you. Because remember, as I said, the when you do the deed poll, that's going to be your name known from now on.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's a legal document that states that.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense as well.
So any other name before that doesn't really relate. Remember, your marriage was a legal document.
Yeah.
Your birth was a legal document.
Yeah, and I heard you in another talk saying that it was 2 assumed legal identities creating a merger.
This is it. It's like Sony and EMI joining together, creating a marriage. That's it.
Yeah, that makes total sense. I was also, I'm self-employed, partly self-employed. So I'm registered with the HMRC, if you like, as a sole trader.
Mm-hmm.
If I go through this process, which I've already done, of setting up 2 limited companies,
mm-hmm.
does that override my liability with them for paying my self-assessment tax in January?
How much? Okay, so let's see the 2 differences here. With a limited company and self-assessment, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Self-assessment still keeps you into the system.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're still paying the tax and everything else, which you're able to pay, basically. And they're still going to charge you. You have a limited company, you ain't paying tax.
No, I understand that, but if
now, hold up 1 second. So, sorry to stop you there. So,
no, go on.
So now, the thing about it, what I'm saying to you is that certain respect is, why are you paying self-assessment?
Well, that's because I was stupid enough to not know that.
Are you earning over £85,000?
No.
Right. So why don't you just make yourself a trademark?
Okay.
Because if you make yourself a trademark, you're saying to the system, look, I'm agreeing to wanting to set up a limited company, but I'm going to make a trademark. I'm going to trade under the trademark for the limited company. Once it starts earning above the threshold, then I'll register it to pay tax.
But I think what I mean is that now that I understand about this,
mm-hmm.
I'm not going to carry on as a sole trader.
No.
So going back to one of the things I heard you say, which I have probably misunderstood, that as a limited company, it wipes out anything previous. I suppose that was my question, I suppose, really, is would it wipe out my sole trader status?
Well, the thing
Because
about
that was-
remember, it's a separate entity completely. It's nothing to do with your sole trader. Remember, if you went into McDonald's, for example, you bought a hamburger and you bought a cheeseburger and you bought a Big Mac, none of them would be the same.
Yes.
Do you see? So,
Yeah, so-
you can't say that your self-employment is the same as your limited company. It's not.
No, you're right. It's not.
Right,
But
so differentiate the two and separate the two. I think you're thinking, okay, because you've got a limited company, it's going to override and overpower your No, it's not.
Okay, that's the answer I needed. Okay.
It's nothing to do with your. It's not. Remember, there's two separate entities. As a self-employed person, is nothing to do with the limited.
I understand. Yeah. Okay, that's great. And my last question is, if my husband is on my mortgage, well, my husband is on the mortgage, we jointly have a mortgage. In order to go down that route of, changing, you know what I'm referring to, should he have to go through this process as well?
Well, I mean, like your first question is to ask the mortgage company who they've got the contract with. Basically, is I had a young lady on here. Give you a quick run through. What you should do is find out the mortgage company. Have you got the contract from the mortgage company?
Yeah, I haven't got it in front of me. But
no, that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, but I know that it's got both our names on it.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
So that original contract, yeah. You've got that, so perfect. Keep that safe. Now, what you want to do from a separate entity, nothing to do with your mortgage, nothing to do with you, yeah? Write to them, find out who the director, go on Company's House, look up the mortgage company, find out the director.
Yes.
Write to the director, personal, greetings, hello, greetings, hello. All right, this is a woman. I said, look, just write greetings. Hello, could you tell me if your company limited has a contract with blah 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 limited, and if there is so, could you please send over any files so we have them for our company files?
Yeah.
Right. So when she sent that letter, the guy wrote back and said, no, sorry, we don't have a contract with that company, but the mortgage company has a contract with the woman. Uppercase, lowercase.
Yes.
Now, the receiving company just shot the mortgage company.
Yeah.
And didn't even realize that they shot him.
Yeah. Okay.
Because they've just said to the woman, we don't have any contract with your private limited company. That's the name in all capital letters.
Okay, so that means then that because my husband and I, who signed up in inverted commas to this, were implied.
There you go.
There's no contract.
Null and void.
Oh, wow.
Because the thing about it, they're holding a contract with an implied company.
Which is not an actual company.
There you go.
It's not a limited company.
Because you hold the full absolute title deed of that company now.
Okay.
So where's the contract with that name? Because there can only be one person with that name, and Company's House will tell you that.
So even though we're both named on the contract, because it's implied, and I'm writing as a limited company saying, where's the contract? Yeah, I see.
You see, you're writing them as an individual company now, nothing to do with the case.
Yeah.
And you're saying to this company now, excuse me, hello, do you have a contract by any chance with Limited at this address? And if so, could you please send over any contracts, please, because we've got them for our records.
Yeah.
Now, because they don't have a contract with the private limited company, they're going to write back to you and say to you, no, but there can only be one company with a capital letter name.
Yeah, okay.
And you hold the absolute full title deed to it.
So yeah, we're here together, both of us are friends. So even though my husband's not a limited company, it doesn't matter, because again, it was the implication they assumed
There you go.
a contract. Yeah, okay,
Well,
that's great.
okay, so I asked you earlier on about your contract. If you got the contract, that doesn't matter. Right, have a look on your contract, and your contract will be all written in capital letters. Your name.
Oh, which is the company, which is the upper. Yeah, okay.
So the thing about it, the mortgage company has made a contract with an implied company.
Which doesn't exist because
there you go.
Yeah.
And you're agreeing to be in that because you're giving your consent to that.
So do you just stop paying?
We do what you want. You challenge them first.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying to you. If you challenge them first by asking them from a separate, take your emotion away from it and see it as a different thing. Just imagine you're going to go and ask a guy at Tesco's, excuse me, love, do you have a contract with this limited company? And if you do, could you send over any records so we've got them for our company files? With this name and this address. Give them the name, give them the address, because the name is limited at the end of it.
Okay. So I write and quote what's on the contract.
No, because you have nothing to do with the contract.
No, exactly. Okay.
That's what I'm saying to you. You have to dismiss everything you have with that company. You're going as a brand new company.
Yeah.
Just imagine you went, okay, who's the mortgage company?
Oh, I can't.
So now you're saying is the mortgage company, right?
Yeah.
Right. Do me a favor. Write a letter to Santander.
Yeah.
Asking them if they have a contract with your limited company.
Okay.
Yeah. Then when you write that letter to Santander, change the name. Switch your thinking.
Brilliant.
You're a separate entity. Santander don't have no business with you. So they're going to respond to you and say to you, no, we don't have a contract with your limited company.
Okay.
There you go. It's the same thing.
Brilliant.
You're approaching them as a separate individual entity. Nothing to do. Don't even discuss your contract.
Yeah. No. Because you're getting yourself embroiled and involved.
There you go.
And you don't want to.
Nothing at all.
Sorry. I know I said that it was the last question. A quick one. A lot of people, I've been talking to people about this, and one of the questions they all ask is, if you refute the utilities company, the issue with your gas, electric, whatever, can they cut you off?
No.
Okay. Thank you.
I mean, the law would said that. I don't know where it actually is, but I think might have his hand up to answer that. But I don't. Do you know what I mean?
That's cool.
They can't.
I'll get off now. Let somebody else get on. Thank you so much.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Just be honest and truthful in your dealings. That's it. Question them with your truth.
Yeah.
Ask them, what is this name you've written down on the contract in capital letters? Is this English?
It's not.
No, you don't care if it's not or not what they say. You're asking them the question. Let them answer it.
Yeah, exactly. And they can't.
There you go. Let them answer it. You put the letter. Once you put the letter on them and you sent that recorded delivery to them, you've created a legal document. You can take that into the court and say to the judge, why haven't they answered to this letter yet?
Yeah, put the onus back on them.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Okay, cheers.
All right, darling.
If you send a document to them, make a copy for yourself, yeah?
Yes.
So you've got the evidence.
Yes, for your company file, yeah.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
Perfect.
Wicked. Right. My son was born a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't register him.
Perfect.
Would I have to register him now to get the process going through the deed poll and filling in the last box on the birth certificate?
I wouldn't really know, but you know what you should do? You should get in touch with Michael Benicia.
Right, okay, yeah.
Because Michael Benicia has done that whole process, and he went through the whole process by just getting like the child passport with the doctor's signature.
Yeah, well, we've got the passport.
Okay, brilliant.
We went through all of that, but it's just the.
So now, yes, what's the name on the passport?
It's
I don't need to know the name, but sorry, I mean, is the name written in capitals?
Yes.
Right. So basically, what you're doing now, if that's a child's name, go and claim that name as the uppercase, lowercase with the depot then.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So it needs
also as well, was the child baptized?
No.
No. Christened?
No.
Well, it's the same thing anyway. So the name was given. So it hasn't been registered. Perfect.
No.
Okay. Yeah. Get a depot for it, because that's your legal document.
And then with the deed poll, would I be going in then and filling in the birth certificate, but actually getting the whole document completed?
Well, you might not even need a certified copy of an entry. What do you need that for? What do we need that for? We're trying to get away from that.
Yeah. I was because this is why I hadn't done anything, because I wasn't sure of the
I mean,
process.
I can't really answer you fully on that, but I'm just saying, for me, I'm trying to complete my certified copy of an entry. So, and I'm trying to get rid of it. If I don't need it, then I won't have to need it.
Of course, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? If the depot collapses everything else, and I can prove that, here's my limited company, you can't write a capital letter name on my birth certificate, or I say certified copy of an entry.
Yeah.
Because the thing about it, I'm going in there asking them, well, I need to change my certified copy of an entry. I'm not going saying I'm changing my birth certificate. I'm not, because they don't know what I'm talking about when I say birth certificate.
Of course, yeah. I was trying to get a copy of my certificate, copies of entry. I actually emailed the local registrar, and I still haven't heard anything back.
That's it. If you can get yours, the thing about it, if you can get yours sorted out, remember, take this as a note. Because you're still registered. I mean, I'm not saying because I don't really know how much information you've gone through. Because I talk to like the general person, because the general person is still registered as system.
Yeah.
Whatever product they create still belongs to the system. So if you remove yourself first.
So you're cutting up.
Sorry. If you remove yourself first from the system, then everything else, what is your property, then belongs to your corporation. Are you still in the system? Are you still in the system?
Not as much, no, because I've done my limited company.
Okay, perfect. Then that your child is your property then. You put any documentation under your limited company, no one can do nothing. Yeah. It's the limited company's property.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
I've even made my children a limited company as well.
Oh, brilliant! Even better.
But getting them ready, and I have started my parents. I've got my sister on it, got my brother on it, and
That's it. The thing about it, I mean, like, we can only. We're all at the same stage now. How you doing, girl?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm all right, darling.
Good. I wanted to ask you, and my friend's just had a baby, and she's her second one, and she's only just found out about this. She doesn't want to register her child to have a birth certificate, but she obviously needs a passport for the child. What procedure did you not go to not get for the baby not to have a birth certificate but can have a passport?
Because you go run, bro.
It's funny that you mentioned MOB, because it was MOB's process, but I tweaked stuff.
What's that?
Michael Benicia.
Oh, Michael Benicia. Okay.
Yeah. My boy was born just a few days before they kind of smashed us with the lockdown, so everything was a little bit easier for us because we could just hide behind. Can't go anywhere, Okay. So
you got it. That was delayed for you.
Yeah, but it's basically you need the little red book and ask the midwife for the copy of the certificate that they fill in. I can't remember what it's called.
The birth notification form.
That's the one, yeah.
Okay. What about proof of life or anything? Is that the birth notification form?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Did you get a hassle from the whatever is department to register the baby? Did they keep saying you've got to register?
Well, they told us that we had to, yeah, but we kindly declined, and they said, well, you won't get a passport, you won't get a national insurance number, and they won't get this and stuff like that. But we'd already had the passport, so we were like, thanks, but
thanks. Passport?
Pardon?
How did you get the passport?
It was the little red book, the notification of entry, and I think there was something else. I'll ask my partner exactly what she sent off. And then just so that are you on any of the groups or anything?
Yeah, I'm on all the groups and Truth Talk as well.
Okay, well I'll get some information to you somehow then.
Oh, that'd be great, because she only gave birth 2 days ago and she's worried, she doesn't know what to do. And I said, don't do anything, just ignore them until you get all the information. And I'm just going to try and help her.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Okay, lovely, thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Can I just add something to that as well, please?
Yeah.
It's just about the passport. Has anybody checked out license to travel document?
No.
Because you can get a stateless passport. Do you know that?
Oh, nice.
You can get one sec. I've got it here. I've got that. Basically, if you go onto gov.website, right?
Yeah.
I think I've lost. Oh no, there it is. Yeah, if you go onto Gov website and you type in a stateless passport, you can get a passport what doesn't put you in any state, any jurisdiction, and that can last for 10 years.
Do you think I could change my one?
Anybody can get one. If you're going down and saying that you're a stateless individual, that's you saying it. No one's forcing you or putting you in that position.
How can you put so we just apply as a normal?
Yeah, just apply for a stateless passport.
Okay.
I mean, I was looking at it earlier on. I actually took a snapshot of. Where did I put? I think did I post it?
That'd be great.
I'll find it and I'll post it up in the group.
Can I ask you another question?
Certainly.
Just asking. She just said, as we bought the limited company, are all our assets, as in car, home, and any other assets, all under now limited company? Or do we have to register the car under limited and also the house under limited? And then also, the thing is, when it comes to any assets are under limited and you do decide to sell, isn't there capital gains tax on that rather than it being on your private name, where if it's your own home, you don't pay capital gains?
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. But the thing, again, as I said, it's like you're trying to tangle the two different entities. What you need to do, if you're implied is non-existent, then what I would do, I would write a letter. Okay, this is what the passport people said. They say, get your director to write you a letter of confirmation that you can be put down on the passport. Yeah. So if that's a legal instrument to say that the director, now what's saying that the implied company can't, and the woman can write and say, I'm putting all my assets into this private limited company and get it notarized. Do you see? That means then everything is then going into your limited company and you're placing it into the company. No one can touch it.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but
Sure.
it's just, if you want to move and sell your house,
Yeah.
just I'm going back years now. I'm sure anything owned by a company, you pay capital gains tax. But and also it applies if you've got a second property. But if it's your own first property and you go to sell it, you don't pay any capital gains on that. I'm just wondering if capital gain. I'll have to find out from my accountant if capital gain.
I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
I'll have to look into that myself.
Yeah, with the
I haven't looked down
at
that avenue,
the
to tell the
limited.
truth.
Because if people are going to start moving things into the limited,
Yeah.
there might be huge tax implications.
No, but it's just a holding facility. That's the thing, because it's a dormant company.
Yeah, but then if you're
going to do any business with that property, then yeah, you'll have to start trading.
Okay.
Do you see?
Yeah.
Unless you're making over the amount, you can just have it as a holding facility.
Okay.
You can live in it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because remember, when you've got a home, remember everything what you're doing in that home is a trade. You're using gas, that's trading. You're using electricity, that's trading. Whether it's your own natural resource or not, you still have to make an account of that because you're using the natural resource. So you have to make an account of how much natural resource you use. That's why you get a gas meter man coming round,
Yeah.
taking your meter. You could do the meter reading yourself and give it to whoever needs the meter reading, like the Treasury, whoever is holding the storage of the gas.
Yeah.
Do you see, in a certain respect, all they're doing is a company. You could be your own electric company. You could be your own gas company, because now you're a limited company. The gas company is only another limited company. You could be your own limited company. You can get your own gas engineering and go around checking everybody's gas meter and be your own limited company, servicing everybody else's gas meter.
Yeah, the one thing with being limited, I remember, because I had issues with my gas and electric, and they came round, and I did ask them, can a gas company ever cut off gas on a private home? He said no. He goes, only on a company we can. He goes, we reluctantly do it, but yes, that's the only time they can cut the gas or electric off on a company, not on a private residential home.
Yes, because the thing about it, the private residential home, or the residential home, is still under the system. Do you see? The private limited company isn't. So because the private limited company is using a natural resource from somewhere, it has to account for that itself. The gas company isn't going to take responsibility of that, because that's a different private limited company. You ain't going to take the responsibility of somebody using your gas if they've got their own gas to use. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they're just doing it because the government is allowing them to do it.
Right, okay.
But their government hasn't shown them how to protect themselves. When we come along and slap them all day long and saying, look, until you can prove who you're writing to, this can't go anywhere.
Right, okay.
Because you're writing the name down as a company, but you're not putting no status down at the end of that company.
Yeah. I mean,
or who you're looking for.
I've also got an issue with my gas and electric company. It was E.ON, and then they moved me to E.ON Next. So, and they're doing it monthly, and it used to be quarterly. I said, and there was meter readings mixed up and what have you. And I said to him, I don't want to be with you. I never asked to be with you. I just got transferred. And he goes, yeah, but all private residential got transferred to E.ON Next, and which is now monthly. And then the E.ON is the business. And
so what you do, right? You send the company a letter and you say, all dealings will be dealt with via this limited company.
Right.
And then you send them that letter. Because they're not expecting that. Because they're flapping around, throwing it from this person to that person, for this person to that person. You come along and say, you know what, I'm taking on the ownership and the maintenance of this building. We're the private limited company. You got to deal with us. I want to see all contracts.
Yeah, but then they said on limited company that, you know, if I admit that this is now a limited company, they could cut me off.
Tell them to prove the contracts there in the first place.
Okay.
You're saying that you want to take ownership of the property, but you need to know where all the contracts are first before you take ownership of it.
I was just thinking about how that conversation went, and about you owning a ship, and then it's how basically, I think, just from sitting here, I was thinking about it metaphorically. We have to steer this ship.
There you go.
Through the quagmire.
There you go.
And because in my mind's eye, where before I just wanted to go and tell everyone I'm a limited company, as if that was some like shield of armor, like Batfink or something.
No, there you go.
But I was, you know, it's the basic question. It's the basic questions that you have to ask them that they have got no answers for. Before they have to acknowledge that, then don't they acquiesce to the fact that
there you go.
Yeah, that they can't answer you, so therefore they're admitted that they know.
If my limited company, right, wrote a letter to your limited company, said, hello, does Limited have a contract with Limited?
Yeah, no.
Yeah? And I'll say, just for my files, bro, can you let me know if you got any paperwork over there? And if you have, could you send them over to me? So we've got them in our company file, so we know that what's going on. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah. It's
now, if you're saying to me, if you're turning around to me and saying to me, no, you don't have a contract.
Yeah. It's like when I went through the process and I thought about it, I thought, wow, it is like, for me, it felt, I know it sounds corny, but it felt really spiritual because, in essence, it was like getting born again. I'm this, now, I'm not it, but it's an entity that has no contracts with anybody, yeah.
There you go.
So then, what do you do with that process and how do you work around it? And it's
take the reins. You take the reins and you hold your lane. That's the thing.
Yeah, steering the ship.
There you go, bro. And the thing about it, because you're dormant, the ship is being guarded by a docking man. Because you pay a confirmation fee every year. Once a year, you pay a fee for somebody to stand guard on your ship door while you're walking around on the land. This is the difference. Now, if anybody comes and wants to get onto your ship, you're docking and you're guard. You are the guard and you are the docking man. And you're saying to the person who's trying to get on your ship, hello, sorry, do you have any contracts? But before they even come to you, you're writing them the letters to say, look, this is under new ownership.
Yeah.
Is there any outstanding contract with this company?
Exactly. And you're standing guard, making sure that no one gets onto your ship.
Perfect. Yeah. Fully understood it, bro. Fully understood it.
I don't know if there's anybody else that wants to talk.
I just want to say, right, like, say, like, for an example, with a mobile company, yeah. Say, for example, they've got a contract with John Doe, but my limited company is John F. Doe. So say if I write to the limited to the mobile company, I said, have you got a contract with what they've got on their records of John O? My limited company is John F. O. Would it still be connected? Does that make sense? I don't know if I made sense there.
No. You made sense. The thing about it, again, as I said, if they've got you've got to go back to the original contract, what you had in the first place.
Yeah.
Find out what was on that original contract. Because they will change your name as they go along over the years and stuff. They will change the way your name's written. So they will completely change up the name, so you won't even know what name you started with in the first place. I've got my BT contract from the first day I got it, and my name was just my first name and my surname.
Yeah.
And I had that line for a good few amount of years. And I cut it off and I said, right, I ain't paying that no more. And their name changed so much to get to me. And the first question I asked is, could you explain to me and show me the original contract, what was made with the original two companies? Because I've got it.
Right.
And the way you've written it as an acronym. So could you please explain what the acronym is? And if you can't, then I'm sorry, we can't go any further with this conversation. I ain't heard from them since. Because you're pointing out the facts. If you point out the facts and you point out the truth, remember, facts won't stand in a court of law. So they can't take you to the court because they're facts.
Yeah.
This is it. Speak your truth. How can you deceive an Englishman in his own country with his own bloody language?
Yeah.
That's what they're doing to me. No matter what the colour of my skin, as he said earlier on, it doesn't matter the colour of my skin, I'm an Englishman. That's it. If you're trying to deceive me with my own bloody language, that's terrorism, man.
Yeah.
And you've been doing it for years. And I'm not happy with it myself personally, and I'm not bowing down to it no more because I'm bringing out my truth. I'm an Englishman, I understand the English grammar, I understand descriptive text. Done. With acronyms. Stop it. That's it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Okay, nice.
Because people will make noise about this. That's the thing about it. People will start talking about it because everybody, if people want to agree to reading a word is capital letters and they're going to agree that's a word, then they're illiterate. And I'll call them that to their face. Because you're not studying the English language, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
We're all English here. Why do you think David Wimiller wrote in sign language? He wrote all the words in capital letters with hyphens between. He told you it was syntax grammar. Yes, it's a technique, but it's not a language. The language he was writing it in was sign language. And he knew the language he was writing in. He just didn't debase the language. Everybody else is debasing language. He left it raw. He left it with the hyphens in there so you could see it was sign language he was writing at. Because if you check the Chicago Manual of Style, 16th edition, what Romilly Stewart points out, it's sign language. Section 11.147 says it's a glossa. Section 11.149 states that it's finger spelling. Full stop.
One just quick thing, which is obvious, for anybody watching this that isn't even a limited company, if they've understand the scam of the acronym, and they can also approach these people with an implied company and ask them the same question as well, can't they?
Totally. The thing about it, we've got to take into consideration the first thing we've got to do. Okay, as I read earlier on that document, it says, as a legal document cannot be accepted with errors on the form. They're talking about a legal document. So if you say to them, well, okay, why are you writing the name or the words in capital letters? They're going to say it's the legal way for it to be done. So if they're saying it's the legal way for it to be done, then it must be legalese. So I'm not in the legal system. So that doesn't relate to me. So please give me the definition or the explanation of what you're writing there. I'm speaking English. The only two languages, first of all, is English and sign language. Let's get past that hurdle. And then if you're going to use English language to deceive people, then you can go into legalese. If you're going to use the language to create corporations, you can go that way. So you got two. You're split in two from the go. You're either flung into the law society from your birth certificate, or you go and claim a limited company. Either way, you got to hold a legal entity to perform within the legal industry of the United Kingdom Limited. Because United Kingdom Limited is a legal entity to begin with. Anything what is in the legal United Kingdom Limited is legal. So you take yourself out. Because with a person, the private person is an individual not incumbent to any office. And you have just claimed the private limited company, which is the private person. So that takes itself out of the incumbency of United Kingdom Limited. Now you are the same status as United Kingdom Limited. You're your own country. You can give your own passports. You can give your own money. You can have your own embassy in Grosvenor Square.
And what's good about it is, like, you know, all the other methodologies of dealing with the law and the legal system, they're like, you are in the legal system as well, but you're kind of, they can't mess with you because of your limited company. So you're not like
you claimed your status. And your status says that you are the owner of this vessel. And you, who owns the vessel, stands on land. The vessel, yes, with that name, floats on the sea to do commerce with. It's a ship. That's why ships are written in capital letters on the side of the ship. There you go. So, what's your argument? Ask them, what's their argument with that? As long as you're letting them know your knowledge, as long as you're letting them know you're knowledgeable and you're truthful in what you're doing, and you're taking full liability and responsibility for every action that your limited company is going to go for, cool. That's your affidavit. That's your affidavit right there.
That little video with Romilly Stewart when he spoke to, I think it was one of his tenants.
There you go.
And she was studying law.
Perfect.
And he said, I'll have a little word with you, and he explained that to her.
Perfect.
She went to speak to a tutor who was a
QC.
Was it a QC? Yeah,
QC.
And he said, what his explanation was there's some things we don't talk about in law, as in he let her know that it's a fraud, basically.
There you go.
Yeah, and that is the key that everyone needs to know that everything after that little thing anything that happens after that is a fraud.
There you go. And that's why I said to you right in the beginning of this conversation, if you can't explain to me what your name is as an acronym, everything after that moment is irrelevant. So everything we spoke about for the last hour or whatever hour long is irrelevant.
Yeah.
Because you still haven't answered that first question. What is your name stand in as an acronym? Because I'm English and I can only read that as an acronym. I can't see that as legalese. I'm not in the law society. I don't understand law. I don't understand legal, sorry.
Yeah. It's amazing, just that little thing, yeah.
This is it.
Because when you were talking about an acronym and you even explained it to somebody in one of your interviews before, I was like, I don't quite get that. What's he mean? What's he mean? And then when the penny drops, it was like, shit, yeah. They're writing it as if the style of it is an acronym. It can only be an acronym, or yeah, exactly. So that's the whole thing's based on a fraud. So everything after that is fraudulent.
No. It's not. Don't class it as a fraud. Don't class it as a fraud. It's a very clever idea.
Yeah.
It's not a fraud because we've consented into it.
Yeah.
It's just been that the wool being pulled over our eyes.
Yeah.
Now the veil's being slowly lifted by all those greats who's been before us, giving us this information for us to dig deeper.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I give thanks to rest in peace to John Harris, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He was the one who broke it over here in England for us.
Yeah.
Remember, everybody else is not in this country. Everybody else is in Canada or Australia or New Zealand or America.
Yeah.
Nobody's doing it over here in Britain.
Mm-hmm.
John Harris was. Respect to that, bro.
Yeah, he was amazing.
I respect everybody else who's doing it. Mm-hmm. William Faust. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of good guys and there's a lot of the guys still around.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody was dealing it over here. Now we got to deal with it.
Yeah.
Because remember, we've got the Queen on our doorstep. They haven't.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm looking forward to getting murdered by them.
No matter what happens, the thing about it, we're spreading the truthful word here.
Exactly.
So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what happens to any of us now. Even
it's like, you
guys know where I'm coming from, so you guys can go and spread that as an acronym and question that.
Exactly. This whole thing, I think, I mean, not this now, but what's happened to us over this past 18 months, has been such a learning process. I don't call it anything else. I think it's an education, or the miseducation that we've been forced, which left out all these things, and finding these things out is just it's just amazing to find them out, and everybody needs to know them. So, thank you very much.
Thank you for putting on the talk. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Black Laws Dictionary. Mm-hmm. I looked it up in Google and it said it's the gold standard to law. Correct?
What is law?
What is law?
Remember, it's a legal dictionary.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Used by the Law Society.
Law is an acronym.
You see, and there you go. Thank you. It's all in acronyms.
Right. But this is what all the lawyers use all around the world, the Black Laws Dictionary?
Yeah.
Okay.
They use Bouvier's, they use Merriam-Webster's, they use if you want to look at English law or the way the legal system puts the English definitions, you can look at Osborne's, Helsbury's, because they take Blackstone's. Okay. Yeah, you can look at all of them, though.
Okay, but is that book the highest book?
No, the thing about it, it's a legal book. The thing about it, there's going in each legal book. You go and look at Bouvier's law, legal, and you go and look at Black's law, any of the different editions. The words in there's going to be different definitions, because remember, the Black's law deals with different countries and different states and things like that.
Right.
Bouvier's may not. Bouvier's may just deal with Australia.
Okay.
You see, so the definitions in Black's law, they might give you the definition they use in Australia and England and America and Louisiana and Alabama. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
They'll give you all the definitions. So what Hasselberry did and what Osborne did, they went into Black's Law Dictionary and looked through all the English versions of them definitions and put them to a side in their own books.
Okay.
And that's why all the words they're reading and they're writing is all in uppercase and lowercase, because they're the definitions of the word. But if you go and look up the word itself, it's written in capital letters. But they're just giving you the English definition of that word.
Right.
And however many definitions there is. That's Hasselberry and that's Osborne's for you.
Okay, cool.
You see what I'm saying? This. If you look at Black's Law, right? You go and look at Black's Law and you look up certain words, and they'll say to you, okay, this can be used in contract law, this can be used in maritime law, this can be used in canon law, this can be used in tort law, this can be used in Alabama or Louisiana, and this and that. So you look through and you see what relates to you in England in Black's Law. You see?
Yeah.
So this is where it's a bit tricky for some people when they're reading the legal book.
Yes, yeah.
Because there's so many different territories and jurisdictions to decide from and what cases were. But basically, legal's legal.
Yes, yeah.
Writing in legal, that's it.
Okay, all right. That was just something bugging me today because for whatever reason I was looking at Black's Law and I just want to know the meaning of it. And when it said it was a gold standard, I'm thinking, okay, so all lawyers all around the world would refer to this book.
Totally.
And people can't argue with you if they say, well, you know, I got this from the Black's Law Dictionary. Or if you're communicating with a policeman and you quote the Black Law's Dictionary, he shouldn't be trying to argue his foolishness or whatever, because you're coming from the Black Law's Dictionary, so to speak.
As long as you're tuned in and you're clued up on what you're talking about, cool.
Yes, yeah. Oh, don't worry, I won't be using it yet.
I mean, no, but that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? As long as you understand what's going on and you understand blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But you don't need to tread in that arena.
Yes, yeah.
Because if you ever go into court and you can turn around to the judge and say, look, I'm an idiot. I don't understand your language. I'm an idiot. He would dismiss the case. Because you're agreeing that you're an idiot in their jurisdiction. You don't know what you're doing. So I'm an idiot. I don't know what I'm doing. I made a mistake. I'm an idiot. So I'm an idiot. I don't know what I'm doing. So how are you meant to expect me to be doing something correct if you don't teach me what to do correctly?
Yeah.
I'm going to be an idiot in your field all day long. So it's a mistake that I made. If I didn't know that I was getting into a contract as an implied company, I'm an idiot because I didn't understand that my name was written down as an implied company. And I'm an idiot that I didn't know that I was running around using a legal name.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. That's it. End of. How can they argue with you with that? They didn't teach you their skills.
Yeah.
So it's not your fault that they're trying to rope you into their game and they ain't taught you the game skills. So you're an idiot to the game. How can they come hard on you? They can't do nothing. Look it up. Look up an idiot in Black's Law Dictionary and see that. And it'll tell you for yourself.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
That's if you ever go up into court, which you won't have to.
No. Well, I mean, I'm going to be going to a magistrate on something else, but it's someone else that's going through the box, so I don't really have to worry about that part. I'll just go myself.
I would say to everybody as well, if you go to the court and sit in the gallery. Go to the courts, sit in the gallery and watch the cases. Go and study what they're doing. Because you'll start seeing it. You'll start seeing it unfold for yourself, and you'll start seeing the mistakes, and you think, oh, okay, yeah, I understand that. Because you're actually seeing them talking in the real. So instead of us lot being on here trying to assume and presume or whatever, you're going in there, sitting in the gallery, and you're actually seeing true cases taking place. You could be standing in them shoes one day. So when you hear all of that going on, you're already making up your answers, bro.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, I'll have the opportunity to go and book a witness statement in there. So I'll be there to watch and see how they, conduct themselves and all that sort of stuff. So
just take notes, take words, take down words, what they use. That's the thing. And then go and look them up in Black's Law Dictionary.
Yeah.
That's the thing. This is what I'm saying. Go to the gallery. If you can take your computer in, just take your computer in and look up your Black's Law Dictionary while you're in there, and look up each word while they're speaking.
Yeah.
Study, man. We got to study. If we don't understand their game, how are we gonna win it? The only ammunition I got is that they're using acronyms. That's it. But that kills everything. That kills everything. Full stop.
Cool.
As I said to them, as I said to them in the beginning of the question, right at the beginning, your name's written in capital letters. You tell me what that means as an acronym, and that's what you're saying to the authority. And you sit back and listen and just wait for them to give you an answer, because they won't. And they can't. How's the judge going to give you that answer? He can't. How's anybody going to give you that answer? They can't, because it's not universally known, like AWOL, absent without leave, or bog off, buy one get one free, or PIN, personal identification number. It's not universally known, your name. If you went and typed in my name in Google as an acronym, put in as an acronym, you see how many different acronyms come up. You get about 150 different types of acronym come up for the name. Which one are you trying to say I am out of all of them 150? Who am I?
Yeah, I did that already with my name and stuff. So yeah.
You see, that's what I'm talking about. You got to get them to prove it. They're always telling us to prove it. Yeah, I'm proving it. I'm flipping it back on you and getting you to prove this first before we go any further. You can drag me into the court, because I'd be saying to the judge all day long, all right, let's deal with this, man.
Well, it's time for us to put on our armor of God.
That's already on, man.
For sure.
You're doing the right thing. That's it. End of. You're being good. You're being good. You're being good for yourself, and you're being good to your brother and sister. That's it. That's all we're here to do, man, on the earth. Sit, chill, smoke weed. That's it.
Cool. I'll let you guys go.
The word law is an acronym for what?
You know what? I don't even know.
Land, air, water.
There you go.
Oh, wow. Cool.
There you go.
Oh, I never knew that.
There you go. And they take it right out of the spiritual book as well, because they're alchemists. They're alchemists. So all of these things are made, man. Language is a spell.
And
spelling.
The reason I can't say laws, yes, in the general sense, is because it's to do with God. That's space. And they can't say laws.
That's it. Because it's the natural laws. You know, you ask a solicitor, how much common law do they study in their whole 5 years of university degree? And they'll tell you the first term of the first year, what lasted 3 months, that's as much common law they use, because the law of the land is just don't cause harm, loss or injury. That's it.
Yeah.
The rest of it's legal. And they've forgotten about the common law, because the common law ain't going to make them no money. And by the time they get through to the 4th year and they're told, you know, all this is bollocks, they're scared because they've just spent 100 grand in their student fees and they got to pay it back. And they don't know how to. Because as Romilly Stewart pointed out, what he said earlier on, when the woman went to the study in the school and she spoke to the QC, and the QC said, look, if you're ever going to study law again, don't bring this up. She left because she said she didn't sign up to be a criminal. So she left law. That was it. Romilly Stewart pointed it out for us brilliantly. Give respect to that brother, and I hope Rohan Lorian's okay as well, because I know that they've got him locked up and he's gone missing for a while. So
common law, cause no harm, no loss, no injury.
That's it.
So if you've got two parties there, and there's a dispute, you've got less to disagree on.
That's it.
But they've got 8 million acts.
Oh, but take what you just said there and look at the basic of it. There's law. Don't cause harm, loss or injury. So what you're doing, you're asking another man, which is the director of another company. That's the other man. Like I said to you earlier on, do you have a contract with my company? You're asking that man if he has a contract with your company.
Yeah.
So that man, they're the ones who's the living entities. Don't get into the legal, because you're into the law. Because the law is that you're talking to the living entity, and the living entity is talking to you. Mm-hmm. You get into legal, now you're talking to corporation. You don't want to stay out of the legal world, because that's only corporations. Stay in the law. Talk to the man himself.
Yeah.
And ask the director of the company who is the man. Mm-hmm. Do you see?
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, I don't know if anybody else wants to talk, but
cool.
Should we wrap it up there then?
All right, bro. Yeah, that's cool. But thanks again, Matty, man, and really nice to speak to you. Nice to meet you as well.
Yeah. Still haven't seen your face, you know.
Don't worry, you get there, bro.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much.
So you take care, bro.
Yeah.
And thank you to everybody else as well who logged on and listened. Thank you for your time and patience.
Oh yeah, one other thing, if you could recommend, like say the essential books, like the Chicago Manual of Styles, and
yeah, you got the Chicago Manual of Style, 16th edition.
Yeah.
You got the 17th edition as well. If you get the 17th edition, the information you're looking for, pointed out by Romilly Stewart, is actually on page 666.
No way.
Trust me, man.
No way.
They put it on page 666, man.
Yeah.
No.
The information what was in book 16th edition, they took the information and put it on page 666.
It doesn't surprise you though, no?
There you go. Yeah. But there's that, and then you've got the New Hearts Rule, Oxford Style Guide, because that just explains acronyms. What an acronym is, because there's okay, we have abbreviations, but we've got abbreviations and symbols. Abbreviations are what we all know, but the symbols are classed as acronyms and contractions. So when they're writing your name as an acronym, they're actually writing it as a symbol, because symbols are only known within the New Hearts Rules, Oxford Style Guide, as symbols. Acronyms are symbols. That's it. So they're writing your name as a symbol.
Wow.
Now, the last book I would say is the Watkins Dictionary of Magic.
That's the one I was after. Because I watched in Switching Perception, you mention it there, don't you?
The Watkins Dictionary of Magic.
Yeah.
Now that basically just gives you the same outline. But I would highly recommend to pay attention to, whenever they write an acronym, they'll always use either scuba or laser. Because scuba and laser are the only two acronyms you can write as lowercase letters. You can't write them. You can't. They don't exist as uppercase letters, because they don't exist in the dictionary. So they can write them as lowercase, and that can still be an acronym. So an acronym doesn't have to be all uppercase. It can be lowercase as well, because laser shows us that example. Scuba shows us that example.
Yeah.
Do you see?
Yeah.
But they will always show you the definition of what an acronym is by using laser, so you're misled to see that it's lowercase. Do you see? These are the tricks they play if we don't realize and see them. You know, if I'm explaining an acronym to you and I'm saying to you an acronym only exists as all uppercase. There's only 2 words in the whole history of acronyms and whatever, and you're going to choose them 2 words to explain that and show me what an acronym is? Come on, man, that's a head. Sorry for the language, ladies.
Yeah, bastard.
You can't show me an acronym in all lowercase. You know what I mean? And try and switch my perception of thinking that acronyms are really all uppercase, and every word as an acronym is uppercase. The only 2 words that are not are laser and scuba. Come on, man, stop your games.
Yeah, it's they're cowards, aren't they? Everything's deception.
This is it. But this is the game we play, you know. I mean, like, if we're good people, that's it. We follow our spirit, as you said. It's an ascension process that we all will go through. You know, we're good spirited people. You know, it doesn't matter the color of our skin. It's the media what makes us hate each other.
Exactly.
There you go.
You know,
so
normal people, when they meet each other, they don't care for all these things.
But this is it.
Just,
as long as you're speaking truth, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And that's what they're afraid of. Because they can't handle the truth.
No, they can't. God, they get angry. They get so angry.
A Few Good Men, Jack Nicholson, wicked film.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying to them.
It's true though. I've been up against them and I've seen it in front of my eyes. They can't handle it. The truth, it's not allowed. It's not allowed in the court of law if you're up against them.
Yeah.
They totally don't like it.
There you go. But that's why you don't go there.
Yeah.
You only go there if you're going to represent your limited company that's being accused against. You see? No one's telling you to come there. They're inviting you, a summons an invitation. So it's up to us to consent to that invitation and go along in our pretty garments.
Yeah.
That's it. Stay the hell out of there.
I want to. Oh God, I'm sick of it. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, brilliant, Cal.
Sure.
Just a quick question. That is it Neville Drury?
Neville Drury, Neville Drury. Yeah, that's the one. Neville Drury. Yeah.
I just one other thing. I just caught. I was at a common law meeting today, and I just caught the tail end of something. You might be able to answer this. You might not be able to. But the guy was talking about how he was pressuring the judge with some common law questions, and she kept leaving and coming back in.
Yeah.
She changed her clothes.
Yeah. They're changing jurisdiction.
Yeah, changing.
Changing jurisdictions.
Yeah.
And there was colours that.
Yeah.
So, okay. It's all right. It's just.
No, that's cool. It's good. It's good. This is what I'm saying. It's good that we can speak about these things and recognize these things and allow this information to come out. It's good that you speak about this because somebody else on the meeting might not know about that.
Yeah. They have three different venues. Yeah.
This is it. Yeah. I think they go from
Bar Society
into tort, into canon, into whatever, and they keep going higher up the rank.
The Bar Society first, and then if you get them to leave, they come back, and then it's Admiral Law.
That's right.
And then the third one, is they're representing Baal.
Yes.
Yeah. They're the three jurisdictions.
That's the thing. So yeah, definitely. They're just changing jurisdictions so you can't catch them out. It basically starts their process again.
And the place is a temple.
There you go.
Yeah.
But it's like it's like saying if they leave, they come back in. It's just like they've just closed the book. You've got to start from a blank page again, and you start the whole process again.
Yeah.
You don't want to really go through that because they're just testing you. Or, you know what I mean? It's like, oh my God, what are you doing now? So yeah. But it's a good point, Victor. Thank you.
It's just witchcraft,
This is it, man. And that's what I'm saying.
Sorry, I arrived late as well. I've just
that's cool. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining, bro.
I'll get the next one, definitely.
That's cool. But but that's what I'm saying. As the Watkins Dictionary of Magic says. Do you know what I mean?
I'm looking forward to getting that one.
Yeah.
It's the thing about it. It's a good book to get because you look at the word acronym. And they say about it also has symbolic Kabbalah. In the Kabbalah, it's known as symbolic historic meanings or whatever, and it's all an illusion. But yeah, that's just the one word we're really looking at. But if you notice how many words are in there, you've got to stop and think. If all these words are an illusion because they're in the dictionary of magic. All these words are an illusion then. If they're in the dictionary of magic, they must be an illusion. This is what it's crazy. And you see how thick, it's not a thick book, but it is quite thick. And there's a lot of words because it's small print.
Well, isn't the illusion just starting to shatter now,
This is what I'm talking about. You see, this is why I could understand now why Hitler tried to burn the books. He didn't want the knowledge like this coming out. They didn't want knowledge. I'm not saying him, but they didn't want knowledge coming out. But it will work its way out. The truth always finds its way out. Yeah.
And then literally everyone's got this knowledge in their heads now, so they can't burn the books. We've got it in our heads. So they're going to have to come and burn us, aren't they?
There you go. And the thing about it, the reason they tried to burn the books is because even King Sigismund with Caesar, Caesar stood up and said something about schism or schisma, and he meant the female version rather than the male version. And he says, oh no, and everybody started laughing at him. So he said, oh no, I'm going to make that word this word now. And one of the council stood up and said, hold up, wait a minute, Caesar, you can't change that. No one's higher than the grammarians. Once grammar is written, you can't change that. Not even Caesar can change that. Not even the Queen can change that. You can't change grammar. So his grammar's written, and it's saying that this way in the English language, in the whole entire English language, this is an acronym. Then you got some explaining to do.
Yeah.
Done. That's how I'm approaching everything. Forget the box 17, forget the box 10, forget the depot, forget everything else. I'm going after them with just that one thing. Yeah. What are you using this language as, man? That's it. And if everybody addresses that, there's going to be a problem. Because everything's written in that language. It's all acronyms. What's the acronym on my bank card? What's the acronym on my driving license? What's the acronym on my passport? Come on, people, tell me. I'm waiting for the answers, but they ain't coming. But anyway, I'm going to say good night. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Sorry for taking time.
Yeah, it's been lovely.
We'll do this again, man. We'll do this again. Anybody want to set up a meeting, just let me know. Just set up a group. Do you know what I mean? It's good to talk. Even if we're not going too deep, it's still good to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the more it gets done, the more it gets out there, the more people will know, yeah.
This is it, bro.
Yeah.
But you take care, everyone.
Okay, lovely.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
See you soon.
Good night, all.
Sorry, one sec. Okay, so I'm recording now.
You can stay the host, we don't mind.
Okay, that's cool then. Okay, that's fine. We're both recording now anyway. Okay, so good evening, Jessica. How are you? Thank you for putting the meeting together.
Thank you.
We finally got there. So what is it you want to talk about, darling?
We want to know how to get our names in box 17. Mine is blank. Mine's been blank since 2005. I changed my name by default twice in 1997, and I didn't know until a couple of weeks ago. I found this, and I looked at my certificate, and there it is, blank box.
Yes. Okay, brilliant. So the thing about it, I mean, the talk is that the name should go in box 17 or box 10. But the argument, what they're probably going to put across is that it's not allowed to be done. Do you see?
Okay.
But how we've got to address this is, you've got a birth certificate with, so you've got a 17 box certificate, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. If you look in box 17, it states name given after registration and surname. Yeah?
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
If you look in box 1, you'll have your date of birth.
Yeah.
If you look in box 15, you'll have a registration date.
Yeah.
Right. Do you have your baptism certificate?
No.
Do you know when you was baptized?
I wasn't baptized.
Okay, so you can get a certificate of name given not in baptism. Because you can,
okay.
Yeah, so it's the same certificate of name given in baptism, but you can get a certificate of name not given in baptism. That's the certificate of what when your name was given to you. That's the legal document. So.
Okay. Where do I get that? Where do I get that from? Because I think I sent it to you, didn't I? So you got form 3, which is you fill in for the name given in baptism, and then you got form 4, which is the name not given in baptism.
Yes. So if it was the name not given in baptism, that's the one you want to get.
Okay. I think we can get that certificate off eBay or something, can't we?
No, you want to go to the body what actually gave you the legal document. So for example, if you was baptized, you'd go to the church and find out what the parish was. Go to eBay, let's crack it up Yeah, we're gonna have a long one here, don't you? So yeah, you would go to, so if you're baptized, you would go to the London Metropolitan Archives and find out where the parish of the church, basically they'd keep all the parish records in the archives, so you could get your baptism certificate from there. So you should be able to get the name given, the certificate of name, from the same place. Do you see? Because you need that legal document. Because once you get that legal document, you can see then when your name was given to you. And that's the legal document you need to get to really hammer this down. Let me give you an example in my scenario, yeah? So my date of birth, was June 1970. The registration date in box 15 was August 1970. But my baptism wasn't until August 1972. So how can I have a legal Christian name put down on my certified copy of an entry if my legal certificate Christian name wasn't even given to me yet?
Yeah, how could that be possible?
That's what I'm saying. So now box 17 says name given after registration. If the registration date in 15 was the date in August 1970, that was an illegal document what put that name in that box, because I wasn't baptized until 1972. And that's the legal document what gave me my Christian name. Do you see what I'm talking about? So I'm running around, everybody's running around with their birth certificate with a sinful name, because they've got the registration date, not the baptism date. You're running around as a sinner because you haven't been baptized. And on your document, it doesn't give you your baptism date. It gives you a different date. You've got 3 dates. The first date was the date of born. When you was born, let me ask you this question. What was the first name you was given when you was born?
Oh, but that's not my name now.
No, that's cool. But that wasn't your name.
It was my surname.
Your surname was your first name, because they on your little wrist tag around your wrist, you had baby and then your surname. So say if you was baby Smith, so Smith would have been written down on the birth notification form. That's the BNF-01 form, which every midwife has to fill out, and that's the first document what's created in the hospital. It's a quadripart form. Yeah, the top part goes to the birth registrar, the second part goes to the perinatal clinic, the third part goes to the health pricing office, and the last part stays at the hospital. Now, when the midwife fills out your the birth notification form, they write your name down in capital letters, the surname. If you look at your birth certificate, your surname will be written in a different handwriting to the Christian name. Your mum's writing would have been your Christian name, and the surname would be written by the midwife, because that's the name they take off the birth notification form and put on your birth certificate. Now, that's why they want your mum to rush through your Christian name, so they can add the Christian name to the surname, which was the first name given to you. That's the debtor. So when your Christian name now is added to the debtor, that name is added to the date of birth. But the registration date of that Christian name, what was given to them, was in box 15. Then 2 years later, I went and got baptized. And remember, the document is called Certificate of Name given in baptism. Your baptism is for your name to be given to you. You don't have a name until you're baptized with it or christened with it. So how can anybody have a Christian name on their birth certificate when they haven't even been christened with it? That's the question we should ask them if they want to say our name cannot go in box 17. This is how we deal with it. Because it states in box 17, name given after registration. Now, if you look in box 1, it says name, it says date of birth. If you look in box 15, it says date of registration. So what was the name given after that registration date? Your baptism name was given. Now, when you look on the back of the certificate of name given in baptism, when you look on the back of it, it says this document supersedes every other name in the entry. So when you get your baptism certificate, that name supersedes every other entry. So if your date of registration was an entry date, the baptism certificate supersedes it. And that date was given in 72. Do you see?
Right, yeah.
So this is the argument. So once you get your name from your depot in all uppercase, lowercase, you've just created the living entity. Remember, your surname is a dead entity. It's a corporation. So in box 2 of your birth certificate, you will have your surname in capital letters. That's not you. Let me ask you a question. What does my name say on the screen?
Hornsey Wood.
Next question. Now, don't allow your intelligent thinking to get in the way of your general thinking. What language are you reading?
English.
Thank you. Now, if that's English, that can only be an acronym within the whole entire English language. So please explain what that acronym is. Until you answer that question, we can't move forward. That's what you say to them.
Okay.
So what's the acronym? You just said you was reading English and you just read the word. So please explain the acronym.
I can't.
Well, that's what they're going to say. So you don't move forward. Everything we talk about from now on is irrelevant because you can't answer that one question. There you go. Game over.
So how do we get our name in box 17 if you haven't been baptised?
Because you get the certificate of name given not in baptism. It's still a legal certificate. You have to have a legal document. The question is, where's the document and what was the document your mum filled out when she gave them your Christian name at the date of registration in box 15? Where's that document? Because we know the baptism document came from the church and it's on the Robin Nest Blue egg. That's the baptism certificate.
Because my birth... Sorry to interrupt. My birth certificate, my name is all in upper and lower case, correctly how it is in proper English. My surname isn't in all caps on my certificate.
Okay, so that means you still got a legal entity. Because the legal name, see, they've probably done that because you wasn't baptized. So they put your name in all uppercase and lowercase. Do you see?
Okay.
So I'm not too sure with your one though, because most of the people, they will have their whole name and some of the name will be in capitals or the whole name will be in capitals.
Yeah, I've seen that, and then other people's are different surnames.
This is it.
Maybe it was whoever was filling it in at the time.
Okay, you said your name.
Yeah.
Right, so that's on your birth certificate, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got the whole name on your birth certificate, blah, 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 whatever. So did you change your name to Jess, yeah? Did you do that via depot?
Yeah, I've done an enrolled depot.
So you enrolled it via depot? Okay, so you can get that name then put into box 17. If you've got that depot document and it's enrolled from the Royal Courts of Justice, and it's been put into the Gazette and stuff.
But I got married after that.
Okay, so yeah, you got married after that. So you can still go and do another depot.
Okay, so
remember. Sorry, go on.
So if I do another enrolled depot, can I do the name that I want? And then have that put in box 17. Are they actually going to put it in box 17?
Well, that's your argument if they don't. Because that's the name, that's your last legal name, what you've been given after the registration of your birth and surname. because they say the date of registration. Ask them to say, where's the paperwork, the legal paperwork, what gave you the date in box 15? Because it's not there. We know that the birth notification form's there, and we know that the certificate of baptism is there, or the name given in not in baptism. We know that document's there. So we know the two legal documents are there for the Christian name and the surname. But where did that third date come from? And the third date they're putting down as a date of registration on your certified copy of an entry.
Because mine on mine, the dates are different as well. The two dates at the bottom are 2 days apart, different. So I've got 3 different dates on mine.
What, on your birth certificate?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got one at the top in box 1.
Yeah.
You got one in box 15.
Yeah.
And then you've got one on the page itself, the date, where the date is.
So is that
the 3 dates you've got? What other
I've got the date where my mother signed it is different to the date on the bottom. There's 2 dates difference, and they can't explain to me, because I phoned them up and they couldn't explain to me why that it's different.
So then basically your document then is a null and void document, because there's a mistake on the document, so you don't have to abide by that document anymore. That's their mistake. It's null and void. You take that into the court of law, the judge will just dismiss it because it's null and void. There's a mistake on it. You can't have a mistake on a legal document. I got my document back from the Royal Courts of Justice, and the first line they said to me was, with a legal document, there cannot be no errors on the form.
Oh.
And I only left the postcode off. So if there's a date not really relevant, like your date of birth, or a date what goes with your date of birth, then that document's null and void. It's not a legal document because there's an error on the form. Royal Courts of Justice will tell you that. So everything everybody's done to you, they're not doing it to you, they're doing it to the implied company. And they will always do it to the implied company. From the day you've been born, they're doing it to an implied company because they're writing your name down in capital letters. There's only 2 languages you can write the word in capital letters. We just spoke about one of them, that was English. The only way you can see the capital letter word as an acronym within the whole entire English language. The other one is sign language. And that's finger spelling. Now they have to get past that one question first. Which language is it? Choose one of the 2, because either one you choose, you lose. Now, if they do answer the question, English acronym, then okay, you're writing as an acronym, explain the acronym. Game over. Because you couldn't explain it. Ask them the same question. But we're not. They took grammar and Latin out of school in 1963. Now they're trying to bring Latin back, but they're bringing Latin back with lowercase letters. Latin never had lowercase letters. Ancient Latin was used 200 years ago, do you see?
Yeah.
Now there's only 2 languages left, English or sign language. Which one are they using? That's the most important question everybody's got to start asking. If you've got children, tell your children to go to school and tell the teachers, start teaching me acronyms. Tell the children to take it into the schools, because they're not teaching them in the schools. We're going to grow up with young people, a generation of young people who are going to be illiterate. That's the problem. We've got to start affecting that, infiltrate them from the inside. So if we get the children going in and saying to the teachers, why aren't we learning English? Why aren't we learning grammar? Why aren't we learning acronyms? Then the teachers have to respond. Then the parents go there and do it. That's the thing. Attack the schools, because remember, they're making all the schools private so they can do what they want with the children. The schools are being bought privately. So if your children's going to a school, it could be a school what Sony owns. So all the languages and all the classes they're going to be teaching is going to be teaching that for Sony. So when they come out, they're going straight into Sony. That's what schools are doing. You look at a school, it looks like a bloody prison from the outside.
Yeah, they do actually.
It's all indoctrination. Remember, when they're writing, when you look at schools and you look at the comic books, what kids are reading, all the words are written in capital letters. Because they're teaching them to be illiterate. You're speaking, it's legal. When someone said to me, I said to a woman, why are you writing the word down in capital? She said, oh, it's the legal way to do it. I said, hold up, but if it's a legal way to do it, explain to me what the legal definition of that word is then. Because it ain't in the legal dictionary. Do you see?
Yeah.
This is the thing. We have to challenge them with the language. They're deceiving us with our own bloody language. I'm an Englishman, no matter what colour my skin is. I was born here. But don't deceive me with my own bloody language. And that's what they're doing. And people, the thing about it is some people are smug about it because they, oh no, that's just capital letter words and this and that. No, it's your bloody language. Do not discredit that. Oxford Style Guide, Newhart's Rules will tell you what an acronym is. Chicago Manual of Style, 16th edition, in section 11.147 and 11.149 will tell you what finger spelling and sign language is. That's all we need, them two books. System crashes. This is what we're dealing with. This is terrorism at its worst. Because you don't even know it's happening to you. They're infiltrating your mind from the inside and you're getting drawn into it because you're reading words what are making you illiterate. Let's stop this now. That's what I'm saying to them. That's all I'm saying. I don't care about Box 17. I don't care about Black Card. I don't care about anything else. I care about you're deceiving me with my own bloody language. And I'm going to drag you up with that all day long. That's all I've got to say, really. Sorry, go ahead.
So the enrolled D-Pol, what we're doing now, does it have to be in your birth certificate name or can it be a different name?
I would get it in your birth certificate name. Because it doesn't matter what name you've got. That was the name. The thing about it, as I said, the deed poll is a name you give yourself when you're an adult. The birth certificate is the name what was given to you when you was a child. If you want to keep that name because you like that name, then yes, make that name the deed poll name. If you don't like that name and you want to change your name as an adult, who's telling you different? You're an adult. Stand up to the plate and be an adult.
So what about if you're married then? Can you just change your name from uppercase to lowercase in your married name?
Yeah, you can do.
You don't have to be the birth certificate name.
No, because you're choosing, you're the adult. Remember, on the birth certificate, it's for a child. You're not a child.
Okay.
You see, you're the adult. So now you claim a name for yourself and you give yourself that name. That's what an adult would do. If the adult is happy with the name it's been living with from the day it was born and the mother, and they was happy with the mother's choice of name, then cool, keep the name. Go and make that name a deed poll name because you're changing the language. You're putting it back into English descriptive text. You're not using acronyms or sign language for your name. And then it takes you out of the legal domain from the implied corporation. Do you understand what a legal name is?
Yes.
Good. And that's the thing, when they write to you in uppercase and lowercase with your Christian name and your surname, that's the legal name. They're writing to you to the legal name, but there's no contract. When you respond to them, then they'll write to you in all uppercase. Now there's a contract. But they're still writing to the legal name, even though it's uppercase and lowercase. They can't write just to your Christian name.
So what happens if, like, we've done the limited now, so...
That's it, game over. You captured everything in one fell swoop. They can't do nothing because you are the limited company. Who's got contracts with that limited company? You see, no one can have a contract with that limited company. Companies House will tell you there can only be one company with the capital letter name. So if you hold the full title deed of that name, who else has permission to use that name but you? No one.
Can I ask a question?
Certainly.
Right. Since you've registered your limited company, is it in the same name as your depot name?
It's in the same name as the name I've been using because I got married after I'd done my depot name.
Right. So what name did you use to do your limited company? Your married name or your depot name?
The name that I've got now, I tried to do my birth name, but because I've done an enrolled depot, they know that I've done an enrolled depot because I've got a blank box in box 17. They wouldn't let me capture my birth name.
Yes.
So, and they rejected my company in the birth name, whereas other people who've done a depot or got married and it's not gone to the royal courts, they've been able to register both. I can't do that. They know who I am.
Yeah.
Right. Do you know what? Can I just suggest something? What about the Live Life claim? Because apparently that's supposed to be a powerful document as well.
Well, the Live Life claim is written in the David Miller side of things.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be powerful as well. So
Yeah, but the thing, what you can do, go and trademark a name, because you're still going to the legal side and you're still going to the Crown. A trademark is still recognised. And the trademark gives you full intellectual property right over that name. No one could touch it.
Okay.
What? So the name you've got as a company, is that your married name?
But mine, yeah.
Right.
That's
so
the name I've been using for the last 16, 17 years.
So your limited company is your married name, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. So what you do, go and make your married name the depot name, because then you're capturing that name as a living entity.
But what about I'm so confused. What about the birth certificate?
The birth certificate will always be there, because remember, when you do a depot, when you done your first depot, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
What was the new name you gave yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Was the name you gave yourself when you done the new?
Yeah, I incorporated both names, so.
So what was your old name? What was your old name on the depot document? It was your first name, wasn't it? It was your birth name.
Yeah.
So your birth name will always be recognised because it's on a legal document. If you changed your name now from to, you will still be recognised as because there's a legal document pointing to it. If you then change your name from to Tony Ann, your depot name will point to then point to your birth certificate. Do you see what I'm talking about? So it doesn't matter how many times you change your name to a depot, there will always be a daisy chain letter leading back to your original birth name.
It's trowel.
Do you see?
So I'm going to have to then when I change it.
Make your decision whatever you want, but when you're happy with that, then once you choose that, you're using that name as an adult name. That's it. You want to be known as that as an adult. You don't want to be known as a child's name. Sorry, go on.
So I want to ask, what happens if you get arrested for something and they ask for your name? You just don't give them the name.
Tell them you're not doing contracts today, because remember, the police are only working for a corporation and they're trying to do contracts with another corporation. That's why anytime they would give you a ticket, they would write your name in capital letters. They're writing it as an implied company. So you say, sorry, I'm not doing contracts today. That's it. Game over. If they ask you for your name, you can tell them your Christian name if you want. Tell them your first name. If they ask you for your surname, say that's private. And then sorry?
The thing is about it all is I've done all that, and they just carry on and they still issue the stuff. Apparently I've got a warrant out for me.
They will do. But that's what I'm saying. Now you've got to deal with the paperwork. That's what you are. You're the secretary, you're the lawyer, you're the security guard, you're the cashier for your limited company. You're everybody in your limited company. So when you're the lawyer of your limited company at the moment, until you get your limited company trading and you get your lawyers in to represent your limited company, because they only can represent limited companies or implied companies, legal entities, basically. So you have to be the solicitor for yourself. You have to write your letters to them, explaining to them this is what they're doing. If you point out the facts to them that they're using an acronym, or they're using sign language, or they're using legalese, or they're writing your name as an implied company, and you're telling them that, you're showing them that you know the truth. They're not going to argue with you. Because what you're doing, you're going above them, you're going straight after their solicitors. with them letters. And once you say that to them, they're going to hand it to the legal team. Once the legal team sees it, they're going to see that, yes, you're correct in what you're saying, because they're either using acronyms, sign language, legalese, or company titles. And that's the only 4 they can be using with the capital letter word. That's it. So you're telling them, you know all of them, what they're using. Now you're asking them, which one are they using? And let them tell you. Then you've got them. If they don't respond, you've got that letter now, and you can take that into the courts to say, look, I've written to these people and they still haven't responded to me yet. So I'm still waiting for a response. When they respond to me, then I'll start paying my driving license tax. Then I'll start paying my MOT. Then I'll start paying this. Then I'll start paying that, because you haven't responded to me. And I'm waiting for that legal response. It can't go anywhere. That's it. Pick them up on their mistakes. That's what we have to start doing. Stop ignoring these mistakes that they're doing and stop overlooking them. If they're using the English language against us, they're using an acronym. Explain the acronym. As I said to you, because you couldn't explain the acronym of Hornseywood, everything we've spoken about is irrelevant. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't matter what you've asked me now about what the police is saying, about this, about that, about the birth certificate, because you haven't answered the English acronym yet. Do you see?
Yeah.
So don't move from that point until they answer that question, what language they're using. That's it. Let them sweat. You don't need to sweat. I see you sitting there in fear. You don't need to be. They should be. They should be. Because when we drop this on them, they're going to be in fear. This is why they're rushing everything forward. Remember, the Queen left out of Buckingham Palace. Because I bought myself in 2015. I didn't say anything in 2020. 5 years later. 3 people bought themselves when I started talking to them about it. As soon as that happened, the Queen left Buckingham Palace, because there's more living entities turning up on the land. There were none before. We were all implied legal entities. Now men and women are standing on the land because they're taking ownership of their limited company name. They're taking ownership of the slave document. That's it. The certified copy of an entry is not called birth certificate. It's called certified copy of an entry for a reason. What was you entered into? You was entered into United Kingdom Limited Company with that document. That's why all your information on that document are in boxes, and that's the 4 corners rule. It takes all the information off the page. It's not written on one entire skin. But when you get your private limited company document, your document is written on one entire skin, and it's stamped and sealed by the Crown. At the bottom of your birth certificate, it states, warning, this is not a form of identification. And then it says, this is Crown copyright. So the Crown copyright of your name is being held by the Crown. So when you go and buy the limited company, you're buying that copyright back from the Crown. What's stated on the bottom of your birth certificate. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, that does. I just want to ask you, what do you do if someone's already incarcerated? How do you help them while they're in there? Can you do a company for them?
Yes, again, the same thing applies to everything. Because the thing about it, what they're doing, they're using the language against us. Null and void the language. If they say it's legal language, ask them to explain the definition of that legal word then. And tell them to show you where the legal dictionary for that word is. Here's a good example. DVLA, they write the word bicycle down for a motorcycle on a tax disc and their tax documents. The word bicycle is written in capital letters. When you go to the legal dictionary, Blackboard Dictionary, Bouvier's, Merriam-Webster's, the word bicycle isn't even in the legal dictionary. So how can you use the legal word bicycle if it's not even in the legal dictionary? So it must be an acronym. This next half of my life, I'm living under no rule no more, because, okay, there's five definitions for the word person. Man, thing, artificial, natural, and private. The only one we need to be is the private person, because that's the individual not incumbent to any office. United Kingdom Limited is an office. If we buy ourselves as a limited company, we take ourselves out of that office and become our own office. Now we are a country within ourselves, because if United Kingdom Limited is a country, I am now a country, and I can do everything that that limited company can do. I can give you a passport. I can give you a driving license. I can give you insurance. That's what the United Kingdom Limited does. So why can't my limited company do it? It's just that I have to do the right paperwork to do that. That's all. But I'm learning it. That's it. Do you have a passport?
Yeah, actually, I wanted to ask you about that. I need to get a new one, so
okay,
I wanted the fancy one.
Go into .gov and go and get a stateless passport.
Oh, I saw that you put that on there. What does that mean?
A stateless passport is that you're in no jurisdiction. You're not in any jurisdiction. You're not in any state.
Will they just give us one then?
Listen, you're an adult. Of course they will. They're there for us to go and get. But we're not looking. We're not paying attention. We're running around soothing our egos and a materialistic lifestyle. And I don't mean that disrespectfully, because that's what all of us do. We have to get on with life. But they confuse us and distract us with life, so we don't pay attention to these things. But when someone like us come along and we pay attention to these things, and now we have to expel and tell these things to others and try and wake others up to the facts. Remember, facts can't be tried in the court of law. So if you take the word acronym as a fact into the court, they won't allow you through the door.
Can I just ask a question?
Certainly.
My wife was born in India, so she got an Indian birth certificate. Got naturalisation certificate in 1981 when we got married.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any point going down the deed poll route with that? Because we don't have a birth certificate?
Yes, because the naturalisation becomes the new legal document.
Ah.
Do you see?
Okay.
Every last legal document you get becomes your newest document.
Right.
So if your deed poll from the Royal Courts of Justice comes from the Royal Courts of Justice to the deed poll and it's enrolled, that means it's your last legal document that comes above every other. Do you see?
Okay. Yeah.
So if you go and get a deed poll, that means that's your if you're naturalized, you can go and get a deed poll with that naturalization name and overpower that name and that naturalization certificate, because the deed poll is a legal document given to you enrolled by the Royal Courts of Justice.
Okay. Yeah. Brilliant. Okay. Thanks. Yeah. Cheers.
It's how we look at things. We have to separate our name from ourselves from our name. We have to detach ourselves. Our name is just a name. We are a spirit. I was on a call last night with some of the other guys talking about Simon Parks and them lot. I forgot to mention Randy Kramer and all them lot. But there's the spirit side of things, you know. Whatever anybody's saying, we have to, if you go to a church and you go to the clergyman and ask him about, is there a spirit and a soul? He would agree with you, or he would tell you there's something else. They want to destroy the church. They want to remove the church. Remember, we're dealing with evil people here. We're dealing with Satanist people. We're dealing with people who don't want to recreate life. They want anti-life. They're bringing, no disrespect to gay people, but they're bringing the gay agenda in. That's not in the Bible. And I'm not a religious person. You can't bring in the great gay agenda. Who's bringing in this gay agenda if it's not in the Bible? But yet still you want every man and woman on the face of the earth to follow the Bible or some religion. Come on, man. You're contradicting yourself all day long. This is the problem we've got. We need to stand up to what they're doing. The first thing I'm standing up to is you're fooling me with the language, and that ain't happening no more. Sorry, ain't happening no more. I'm drawing this down on you. I'm gonna crash your ass. Seriously, I tell you, the day my dad dies, and I don't wish it upon him, hell freezes over, trust me. Because they're gonna write my name down on a probate document, and that's it for them. That's it. I'm waiting for that day, but I'm not waiting for that day because I'm not wishing it upon my father.
True.
Ain't started yet. Ain't started.
Has anyone managed to fill box 10 or 17 in the group?
We've heard, not in the group, but we've heard stories that somebody has got it filled out and somebody was offered 30 grand a month or 40 grand a month, and the other woman, she didn't want to accept the deal, so she's still on the run because people are just chasing her. These are stories.
Yes, I did hear that in one of your clips.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was a young
That is actually true, because my friend saw a video and I've been looking for the video and she confirmed it.
Okay, brilliant.
And that is true, because she didn't know anything about this and she told me about it, but we can't find the video now. It's probably been deleted.
And plus,
but
sorry, go on.
It's exactly what you said about this woman and this other man.
And on top of that, a friend of mine who's in the other group, he mentioned to, after we had a chat on one of the other meetings, one of the guys run off and he knew a kind of high Freemason. And the Freemason guy said to him, if you want to take yourself out of the system, go and get your name in box 17. So we know it can be done. But the thing about it, what I'm trying to point out is the argument we've got to put forward to them. Because the argument is they've got our name as a date of registration, but that isn't the same name as the baptism document, which is the legal document, what gave me my Christian name. The name what was given to me in the date of registration box 15 wasn't a legal document. And if it was, where is it? And what document was it? Because I know that there's a birth notification form, so that was written for the surname, and I know that's a legal document because that's a quadripart form from the hospital. I found that, so that's not a problem. I know that's a legal document. I know the certificate of name given in baptism is a legal document, but that wasn't until 1972 for my Christian name. So I've got my surname and I got my Christian name in 1972. So where did August the 10th come from in 1970? That's the question I'm asking. So now, if that date of registration was the date, what was a little form that my mum filled out and sent to the registrar to say, okay, that's the child's Christian name. That wasn't a legal document then. They didn't take into account the baptism record. They haven't taken that into account. That's why they don't want us to have it. When I found the blue document on Google, after doing the searching and going to see the priest, after I spoke about it at some of the meetings and people started running down there and started to chase it, they've now removed it from Google. You cannot find it. You go on DuckDuckGo, under the dark web, you still can't find it. I'm glad I lifted it off and I've got it on my computer on a hard drive somewhere. Now they can't get away from that fact that there is the document. This is the thing. We have to slow down as well. If we're speaking about things, don't run out there and start chasing it, because you might do an injustice to yourself, because they might remove it like they have done. Now, how are we going to know about that document? It's as bad as taking grammar out of schools in 63. This is the problem we've got. Sorry, go ahead.
Can I ask you, so have you heard about the counter deed we can put in? Because on the Setteke Trust, it says we're all dead lost at sea, and then we have to go and claim our titles back, and we can claim for damages.
What's the title? Your name is your title.
Yeah.
What have you just done? You haven't bought the limited company. You just bought the title. You've got that absolute title deed. It says it on the title deed. You've just claimed the title. That's your title. Mr. and Mrs. isn't a title. That's a position in the Navy. It's not a title, it's a position. Do you see? Your title is your name. But you've just gone and bought the name and you've got the absolute title deed for it. And you paid the same amount you would have went and paid if you would have went and got a certified copy of an entry, £13.
Yeah, that's true.
Here you go. So I'm not going to buy that legal document. I'm going to go and buy that legal document instead. Same price. Just one puts me in the private, one puts me in the public. Birth certificate puts me in the public, limited company puts me in the private. That's it. That separates the private person from the other four other persons, which they call corporations.
So do we need the 206 proof of life and the ecclesiastical deed?
No, because your certificate of name given in baptism or the certificate of name is your ecclesiastical document. That
I
takes
don't
you-
read.
that takes
I
you-
don't read.
that takes
Sorry.
care of the ecclesiastical side. And then the 206 and everything about getting known as life. Okay, let me ask you this question again. When you went and bought your limited company, the first box you filled out on the limited company was the name of the company, yeah?
Yes.
Right. What was the drop-down menu of the country for that company? It was United Kingdom.
Yeah.
Right. The second box you filled out was the box of the owner.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the drop-down menu of the country there?
England and Wales.
There you go. So they've just differentiated the living entity from the dead entity. They recognize you as a living entity. So what are you doing a 206 for? You're already been recognized as a living woman, because a woman has to own the ship, what's floated on the water.
I don't. Okay, so I don't have the baptism.
No, but that's what I just said to you. The certificate of name not given in baptism. That's your legal document.
So where do I get this other document for Form 4? Where do I get that from?
What, the legal name, not the certificate of name not given?
Yes.
Yeah, you can go to what district you in?
Mine would be
Okay, so yeah, just go and check the birth, deaths and marriages. You can go there and ask them, where can you get a certificate? Or even go on .gov and type in certificate of name not given in baptism. Or certificate of name given. That's it. Certificate of name given. Just do a search of that. It's the words we're using. If you do a search of certificate of name given of baptism, it will come up in a Google search. If you use the correct word, we've just got to know what the correct words are. That's it, of the documents they're using. Nobody knew about the certificate of name given in baptism document. I didn't even know about it. I found it in the book of the clergy document, because it's only the woman that gets it. That's the thing. Because she gets it from the clergy church when she changes her name. So she's got to get a certificate of name given in baptism so she can recognize that that was her birth name. The men can go after it as well, but they hide it from us. That's why they've taken it off Google. You won't find the blue one no more.
okay. Thank you.
That's all right. That's all right. Sorry.
Know thyself. That's all you get. Oh, keep it straight. It won't be too long.
What is it you're looking to do? You're gonna do that one thing, get that one thing out of the way. If it works, then that's a successful result. What you can do is just get yourself a trademark. You are not getting the limited company at the moment, so you can only be implied. You're either gonna implied or you're gonna be expressed. There's only them two, that's it.
Know thyself. That's all you get. Oh, keep it straight. It won't be too long.
If you're going to trademark a mark, it's a mark you're trademarking. That's the thing. Whatever characters you have in there has to be exactly the same. So if you didn't trademark MR before the name, then they're not affecting your trademark. Then they're not affecting your trademark.
Know thyself. That's all you get. Oh, keep it straight. It won't be too long. Know thyself. That's all you get. Oh, keep it straight. It won't be too long.
But that's not my trademark. My trademark doesn't have a hyphen. John hyphen Henry Doe, all capitals with the hyphen in the middle. But that's not my trademark. My trademark doesn't have a hyphen. You can't keep tying yourself to the one entity and then moving into the other entity and thinking that you're that. It is hard to detach yourself, definitely. It is hard to detach yourself, definitely. They're professional in what they're doing. You've got the choice. If they're going to check, they're just going to get in touch with you